Hey guys, Destinygundum, and I really wanted to do this really quick review because I just got this kit last night and it's just blowing me away. So I'm gonna do a really quick review of the of course, real quick, this is my new reviewing area. It'll be more zoomed out, but right now half of it's a mess, the other half is clean. This is the clean part. So yeah, so let's go ahead and check out the 1/144th scale Gouf origin, or I forget what it's called, the Gouf origin type. Oh, here we go. The prototype Gouf tactical demonstrator. Now, real quick, here's the box, and the box has some really nice box art. And yeah, this is my first most MSD kit from Gundam the Origin, and it's definitely blown me away. It's a really interesting build, and not only that, it also it's just a really cool kit, like overall. So let's go ahead and check it out. So here we go. So here is the kit, and then yeah, I really like the build of this kit, or just not like the physical build, but like how it looks, because it's very stocky looking, and it's also very aggressive looking, like just like the Gouf, except like it's better than the Gouf. Yeah, and it's got a lot of nice panel lines. Let me just see if I can close up on there. All around the thigh, there are some really nice panel lines that are really cool. All those white parts are nub marks, by the way. I just gotta sand those down and do them over. But yeah, it's got some really nice panel lines. Everything that it gives off a really nice sort of retro, just like almost like a prototype kind of thing working. Like it'd be really cool if they released an RX-78, which the Origin type they are releasing in master grade form, but not in high grade form. It hasn't been announced yet, but we'll see where that goes. But so far, all of the Gundam the Origin kits are really interesting, and I may pick up the Worker Zaku. But back to this guy. So he comes with about like 4 colors. So it's this dark blue, gray, and then this regular kind of Gouf blue, except it's like toned up a little bit. And then yeah, that's 4. So and also this amber orange, which kind of, that's just 1 color. But yeah, and this light gray for the tubing. But the amber is really cool because as opposed to the regular Gouf, now I don't have the original Gouf to compare it to. I only have the Gouf R35 from Build Fighters, but that's a pretty accurate comparison. So here is the Gouf R35. Yeah, it's the difference in the amber is really nice because it kind of shows like this is kind of like a prototype, whereas this one's the completed one. But yeah, and they look really cool together because the Gouf is just a really awesome looking thing. Now, so I'll just put Gouf in the back. They actually scale well together too. This guy's a little bit bigger, and the build is a lot like wider and a lot more chunkier looking. It reminds me a lot of the Gouf Custom from 8th MS Team. But yeah, so moving on. For articulation, his head is actually on a new kind of joint where it's a ball at the top, and then there's a ball at the bottom, but it's all the way down here in the chest, and there's also a hinge in the middle, so you get tons of just really awesome movement from this. And then shoulders, there's also a new joint for this Zaku thing where it's like there's a double joint right here for the shoulder, so you can raise it up like that and move it out of the way, obviously. And then there is multiple joints inside the whole torso assembly, where there's one in here which allows you to pull it forward just slightly, so it closes the gap right there. And then there's an upwards joint, so like that, which is the regular swing out joint from 1/144 scales. There's a ball joint right here, and that's normal. And then there's a hinge in the shoulder itself, so you get about that much amount of like movement out of it, which is pretty good. You know, it's not gonna do something crazy, but that's good enough for me. The elbow has 180, or it gets really close because but just due to the design of the whole piece, it's actually kind of weird. But the torso, I kind of wish there was a little bit more, but for what you get for a Zaku, that is pretty good ab crunch right there. And then yeah, and then as for the skirt armor is really cool because it's a lot more bigger and doesn't like line up against the leg that much. It's a lot more stockier looking, and it's got this really cool sliding polycap joint which lets it go back and then forward, and it's also got a little ball joint at the front for the front skirt armor. And then what's cool is the whole hip assembly is on a sliding joint, so you can pull it forward. Let me see if I can get this. It's kind of strong, so I would recommend. Let me just take this part off and fix this really quick. But yeah, so basically, like how it is this whole assembly right here slides back and forward. Now you can get a lot of cool poses like that from this, and it's a really cool gimmick, and definitely increases the articulation just a tad bit. But a lot of kits could use that function, because it's definitely a really cool thing, and it's only like one extra. It's not even one extra piece, like, you know. It's just how you design the pieces. But yeah, the leg can kick out pretty far. It's got a universal joint. You can go up about that far, back about that far. Bend 180 at the knee, which is really nice. I do like this kneecap. It's very sharp looking, very edgy. And the foot has a lot of nice movement. There is this side-to-side movement. It goes up, goes back. It also has just a little bit of toe movement right here. Yeah, speaking of toe, this was a whole frustrating part of the kit, because the way you assemble it all together in the instruction manual, it gets kind of difficult, and you're kind of afraid of snapping this back heel piece. But what I find is if you just put this blue part and then connect the whole heel together before you do the blue part, and then you add on this front heel piece, it'll actually feel a lot better. And then also, this kit does reuse parts. I did not realize that, but it reuses parts from the Origin Zaku, so there will be some extra parts at the end. Keep an eye on those parts, because you can actually mix them up with some of the parts in this kit, because it's very similar. There's just slight design differences. To be honest, there's one piece in the ankle where I saw it on one plate. I thought I was missing a part, but I was like, this whole kit feels pretty solid, so I don't understand where that piece goes. And then I found out that I accidentally used the Zaku part instead of the Gouf part, but it really made no difference, because it gave the same articulation in the leg, which was kind of weird. But whatever Bandai does, I guess. All right, so moving on. Really cool gimmick about this kit is that there is this really sick looking arm, and then these arms have little tiny like claws that open up that allow you to switch out the let me see if I can get this. They allow you to switch out the forearms. So what's really cool is not only that, it also has a poly cap and a peg in there, so it is definitely really secure. The only thing is that this thing likes to come off a lot, because it's not really, it's just kind of slid in there. But yeah, so here is the heat whip arm, which is cool. I really do like this little curved piece. It looks like a blowtorch, like it's really cool. And then to switch out for the actual heat whip, there is this little thing in the back, and I have to you take something small like a pen or something. Yeah, so you take like a little pen, or you take something, whatever's closest to you. Now, what I find is this little piece, this gray piece, the really cool one, you might want to really be careful with that. I already broke it, because I just tried to take this heat whip out and just would not come out. Oh, shoot. Yeah, but there's that, and then it comes with the long heat whip. Now this one, the peg on the long heat whip just would not go in the first time, and that's how I actually broke the gray piece. So you need to be super careful. You just gotta wear it down a little bit, and then yeah, and then you just peg it all back up together, and then you have the heat whip from the Gouf. So just peg that all in, and then bam, looking sick. All right, so there's that arm, and of course the other arm has that function too. But here's the shield arm. The shield attaches not to the forearm, but this extra forearm piece, which is cool, which I do like. So you can switch it from this side to this side. The shield is pretty standard Gouf shield. Just some extra panels in there, looking real nice. Also, it comes with the Heat Hawk, which is cool. This is the normal, not extended version. You can peg it in there, or you can peg it into the side skirts or the back of the skirts, really anywhere. Here is the missile launching arm. I forget what it's called, the real terminology, but it's really nice because there's this nice gray piece that kind of breaks it up. It does rotate. It's on a ball joint actually at the base, and I do like how they chose to have this little square thing instead of just another circle, which is cool. And it definitely does break up the whole build a lot, so that's pretty cool. So moving on, one quick thing I do want to mention is that this eye, or this head, doesn't have a mono eye that's actually sculpted in. You actually have to put a sticker on it, but it does have that gimmick where you can switch the mono eye back and forth, but there is no sculpted in mono eye, so basically that's a useless gimmick. But if you definitely do add in that mono eye, that'll be useful. But also this little chin part is really cool because it like curves down like a mammoth instead of like just like a snout, like just like the Gouf R35, so not sure you can see that like that, and like as opposed to that, and yeah. And then also the head has this really cool knight looking thing where it has just like slits in the back, which is pretty cool too. Moving on, so other accessories he comes with. Oh shoot, that's something else fell on my desk. Alright, so moving on, he also comes with this, the extended heat hawk, which is just pretty basic looking, doesn't really fit in the hand all too well. Really got to get for that thick part right there, and even that, it just slides up and down really easily. And it comes with a couple of hands. These hands are pretty sick. They're pretty standard looking. This hand, it's really interesting. It kind of piques my attention, that's all. It's on a little hinge, rotates and stuff, and this is really cool. I wish they just came with a whole bunch of these, because I would really like to make some custom arms that just switch out, because that would be a really cool, just custom, just switching out arms and stuff. But yeah, basically, so this is the same setup, and you can use it for either arm. All the arms are exchangeable because it has this gimmick. Now, it also works with the Worker Zaku, where you can switch out the Worker Zaku's claw arm for whatever this guy has, like the Heat Whip, or really just anything. And it's a really cool gimmick, and definitely is a great selling point. So there he is with the standard Gouf arm, or standard arm, and it's really cool because it gives off this really nice like cylinder kind of thing going on. And then you take that off, and you can put the holding hand, and you can hold stuff, and you just peg in the heat hawk, and then bam, there you go. So overall, this kit is a really nice kit. Very nice quick review that I tried to do. Try to get to the bare basics. It's a really nice kit. I hope you guys all enjoyed this review. I definitely recommend picking this up. Got mine for about 21 bucks at Toy Arena. It's pretty sick. It's really thick and, it's stocky looking. It comes with a sweet set of decals, which I almost forgot to mention, which are very cool. If you decide to paint up this kit, these decals are definitely fun. It doesn't come with a lot of stickers too, which is awesome because it only comes with one for the mono eye, and even the decal sheet comes with the mono eye, so it's like whatever. But yeah, definitely pick it up. I probably will do a review on the Worker Zaku when I get to it. But yeah, so have fun and keep on building, guys.